You work hard. You always give your best at work, at home, in your relationship. But even with all that effort, something feels off. You don't feel loved. You feel misunderstood, unseen, or emotionally distant. The connection that you long for with your partner feels harder and harder to reach. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. I'm Karen Andrews. I'm a clinical psychologist since 2009. I help high achievers reconnect with themselves and rebuild meaningful relationships with others, especially their partner. Today, I'm going to share 3 powerful shifts that can help you to do the same. Let's begin. One of my clients, let's call her Fatima, was a senior partner at a big law firm. She managed a huge team. She ran so many projects. She showed up for her kids, and she was there for her husband in every part of her home life. But with tears in her eyes, she said to me, "Karen, I do everything, and other people think I have it all together, but inside I feel like I'm failing." The problem wasn't that she was doing too much, although she was doing too much. It was that she had never felt safe enough to express what she needs. And when those needs went unmet, she blamed herself or she blamed her partner, but she didn't know how to ask for what she needed. She could say things like, "I need to feel appreciated." Or she could say to her partner, "Why don't we spend more time together?" But she didn't allow herself to ask for what that actually looks like. So when I asked her, "Well, what do you need?" she said, "I need him to hold me. I need him to give me a hug." When I asked her, "Well, can you say this to him?" she just cried. She had never really allowed herself to ask for something like that. It felt too dangerous for her. It left her feeling exposed and vulnerable and scared. So she didn't ask. But once her needs were named, they could then be met. Her partner didn't suddenly become more intuitive, but he could respond to a clear and simple request. So how about trying this strategy? Identify just one or more, but start with one unmet need. And then practice asking for it clearly and calmly, not as a demand, not as an accusation, not as a fight, but just as an honest statement. Let me know in the comments, do you relate to this? Do you ever feel resentful for giving so much, for giving too much, maybe? 2, stop always pleasing others to earn love. Many high achievers were once the good one, the reliable one, the one who never made a fuss, the smart one, the clever one. And that was how they learned to receive love, because love felt conditional. If love felt conditional in your childhood, your adult relationship might reflect that. You might be performing, at least a lot of the time, keeping things smooth, avoiding conflict, because a part of you believes that if you stop pleasing, the love might be withdrawn. You might be abandoned and left behind. A client I worked with, let's call her Samira, felt invisible in her marriage. She did everything right. She did sometimes argue fiercely with her partner, but when the chips were down, she supported her husband. And from her perspective, she always put her own needs last. And it left her feeling sad, lonely, disconnected all the time. So, as we worked together, we uncovered this pattern. Her parents only praised her when she excelled. When she was sad or expressed other emotions or behaviors, they withdrew their love by becoming distant, by not speaking to her. So she became easy to love. She smiled and stayed quiet and always did the right thing. She was a good girl. And in her marriage, she began to realize how much she had repeated that pattern. She slowly began to express her true feelings, even the messy ones. And things started to change. She felt more real. She felt more grounded, more herself. And a real connection can only happen when the real you is present, right? So try this as a strategy. Pause and ask yourself, am I sharing what I actually feel in this moment? Or am I sharing what I think is acceptable or expected of me? Number 3, speak your needs before they build up. Many high performers stay quiet until it is too late. They hold it all in until something small tips them over, in which case it might show up as irritation, it might show up as feeling shut down, but sometimes it shows up as a full-on explosion. Why does this happen? Because too often high performers learn to manage their emotions on their own. They learn to stay strong, to avoid being a burden, to be easy to love. One client, let's call him Khaled, worked in fintech. Brilliant, respected, and admired, especially at work. But at home, he felt numb. He told me by the end of the day, I don't have anything left. I just want to be left alone. He wasn't actually cold or distant, although that is how his partner was experiencing him. He was depleted. No one had ever taught him to ask for what he needed or how to receive his support. So when Khaled began to use simple language to ask for what he needed, like things like, I need time to unwind before dinner, or I'm feeling overwhelmed and stressed at the moment, his partner was able to show up for him in a different way and respond with care instead of confusion. So the strategy here is just try using clear and simple language. Express your feelings. Say how you feel. Say, I feel stretched. I feel alone. I feel frustrated. I feel whatever it is that you feel. I feel anxious. I need to know we're okay. Maybe I'm really tired. Is it okay if we watch an episode on Netflix and just hold hands on the couch instead of trying to talk tonight? These kinds of communications shift the tone and the dynamic of your relationship. These kind of feeling-based sentences invite connection instead of conflict. You don't always need to give to be loved. In fact, when you give less and when you love yourself more, you become more calm and settled inside. And the funny thing is that you invite more love. You get more love. You don't need to stay silent about your needs. Speaking up actually gives your partner the opportunity to be more, to show up for you, and to give you the things that you need. You can create connection without losing yourself and give your partner the chance to meet you where you're at and to communicate with you where they're at. If you'd like to work directly with me, there is a link in the description below to connect. You're also welcome to join my high performance mindset community if you'd like to meet like-minded professionals and entrepreneurs who are facing the same kind of challenges. That link is in the description too. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!